Well, we have our guest, Frank Pallotta, who is running for the House of Representatives in a district that we have a shot in northern New Jersey against Josh Gottheimer. Mr. Pallotta, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, Mark. I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show. Thank you.
And it's a pleasure. Now, you know, this is a district that seems to go a little bit back and forth, but Gottheimer, excuse me, I keep thinking of Gottheimer Schmidt, but Gottheimer appears to have done a hell of a job with his propaganda, convincing even some Republicans that he's really not part of the Pelosi machine and the Biden machine, that he's some kind of a moderate. Tell us what's going on the ground there.
Well, I will tell you what's going on the ground, and I think we're about a year and a half to 2 years, Mark, removed from COVID. People are paying attention to the issues, and what they're paying attention to is Josh Gottheimer votes 100% with Joe Biden, 97% with Nancy Pelosi, and is on exactly the opposite side of every single one of the top four issues in our district that keep people up at night, from crime and immigration and our kids to the top issue, Mark, which is the economy.
Mm-hmm. And what can Gottheimer do about the economy since he voted to help destroy it?
That's exactly right. He talks, and if you walk around or you drive around Bergen County and Sussex County, you see these signs that say, Josh, lower taxes, Jersey value. He's never met a tax increase that he wasn't happily ready to sign, including the one we saw last year, which was one of the largest tax increases in the history of our country. He votes and votes along with what his party tells him, irrespective of what happens in the district and the feeling and the movement in the district. Mark, it's one of these things that people are beginning to figure out. When you talk about what we're hearing on the ground, and I'm out every day talking to people, they're done, they're ready to move on, and they're ready for someone who wants to fight for real New Jersey values and real District 5 values, and that's me.
How's the funding situation? Is he getting a ton of money from out of the district?
You know, he does about 85% of the money that he does raise comes from outside of the state, Mark, not outside of the district, outside of the state of New Jersey. So what we've ended up happening, what we have is a situation where he raises money in California. He raises money in Washington. He raises money in New York City. He doesn't raise money in his state and in his district, which, as you know, certainly plays into exactly why he votes for what he votes. So we're doing well. We can always do better. He spends a lot of money. He spent more than $1 million on me just in the last 10 weeks, coming after us, coming after the issues that are important. And it's, one of these things that we have our head down, Mark. We work every day. We do everything we have to do to bring our message out there. But, we could always use more.
You getting much money from Republican fundraising organizations in Washington?
The NRCC has been pretty good to us early on. We can always use more. We talked to Leader McCarthy. We talked to his team. Steve Scalise has endorsed us. But New Jersey, particularly northern New Jersey, is a very expensive district to run in with respect to cable time and things like that. We've got a mail campaign that's gone out. We're going to be in everyone's mailboxes. We've got a digital campaign that we've rolled out. We'd like to be able to do more on cable, but in New York and the New Jersey area, that takes a little more work.
So he's kind of controlling the airwaves. So it's very, very important that you have a decent ground operation. Do you?
We do. We have a great ground operation. We've got a lot of my team comes from Sussex and Passaic County, which, while they're a small area compared to Bergen County in the district, they know grassroots. They know grassroots. They know how to get people out. Every day we're making thousands of phone calls. Every single day we're knocking on doors. That's what wins in this district, Mark. And I think you know that. I think you know the northern New Jersey area. You have to look somebody in the eye and tell them, I got your back. I will take care of you, and I'm the man. And I am, Mark. We have the right message, and certainly I believe I'm the right messenger.
I'm talking to Frank Pallotta, the Republican running against Josh Gottheimer, the current congressman, a Democrat, who pretends he's a moderate. He's no damn moderate, that's for sure. They set up these phony groups like something like the Bipartisan Let's Get Things Done group. But he votes for Trump's impeachments. He votes for massive spending. He's voted for 87,000 new IRS agents. He's voted for this massive inflation bill, not one, but multiple. He pretends that he was able to negotiate and get it limited. Nobody cared in the Democrat Party what Josh Gottheimer thought, because they knew in the end he would vote with them. And have you ever met him? Have you debated him?
I've met him a few times. He only agreed to one debate. We agreed to 4. He didn't respond to the other 3. The League of Women Voters is holding a debate on October 27th, and he's not agreed to that debate at all, and I don't know why, but he's somebody who certainly is running from us. And I think one of the reasons he's running, Mark, in addition to what you mentioned, and you were spot on with how he votes, Josh Gottheimer has been named in a number. He was named one of the top traders in Congress. He walks the line on insider trade. Top stock
traders, Traders. Got it.
Well, you know what? You might be right on both fronts, Mark. But he's seen his net worth rise from $5 million to $19 million through very questionable insider trading.
All right, wait a minute. Is he a Wall Street guy?
He is not a Wall Street guy. He has not put his money in a blind trust. He's allowing a number of people to execute trades for him, which coincidentally are entirely consistent with votes he's working on in Congress. This is something that would have gotten me thrown in jail when I worked at Goldman if these things were found out. So this is something that's a big deal, and he's trying to run from that.
What did he do before?
Josh Gottheimer was a Clinton speechwriter right after he got out of school. Very friendly, worked on the Hillary campaign for quite a bit of time, and then spent a number of years as the number 2 person at a public relations firm called Burson Marsteller, where they covered most of the, I would say, third world ugly dictators around the country, including countries like Saudi Arabia, who hired Burson Marsteller after it was found out that every single pilot from September 11th came from Saudi Arabia. So he's always been involved in government, whether he tells you it's private sector or not. He's never held a private sector job, Mark.
Mm-hmm. And your background, quickly?
Real quickly, Mark. Middle class. I grew up in Queens, New York. Went to a New York City public high school, put myself through St. John's University, spent 25 years on Wall Street with Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. I did a startup where I helped veterans and seniors navigate the financial crisis, and then entered the world of politics to try and make this world a better place. So we're working hard, Mark, and if anybody wants to help me out, frankfornj.com, and that's the number 4nj.com, is where people can read up about me. And by the way, Mark, you're going to be at my website tomorrow morning as one of the highlights of my campaign. Well,
you should put me on there as endorsing you, too. You sound like a great candidate. You and I have never talked before. But what I find particularly pernicious is people who say one thing in their districts and do another in Washington. Frank Pallotta, it's frank4congress.com.
Nope.
And we wish you all the best. What is it? What is it?
It's Frank for NJ.
I'll fix it after the break.